Let's pick up where we left off.
Well, you've got bulletproof armor on.
What's going on?
Virus.
What's wrong with it?
AI. GW, it's out of control.
What?
Are they just flapping around?
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
See, he's from the outside. They're all from the outside.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
See, he's not really in here. He's in a different room. It's all a simulation.
Stupid machines.
Because Ocelot was on the phone, and he was in that room, which is the room that we were being tortured in, right? Except that was the room from Metal Gear 1 where you were tortured. Of course. Access denied. Access denied.
Damn the Patriots.
But it wasn't the Patriots though, was it? It was the virus. And he just gave up that entire time.
You still have some use.
You won't say that after you tried to shoot him with an empty gun.
Snake?
Bring him in.
Into the simulation. I mean, this one, it's not going to make any difference. The other ones, like, maybe there might be... Rectum! See? We were in the Rectum. But maybe now we're out of it. No, because we are it. I'm pretty certain Raiden's brain is
Are you
Arsenal.
awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you.
This is all a simulation. I see the VR walls, the VR floors.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
I wasn't prepared for a mash button
Raiden!
to hold my breath nonsense.
Are you awake yet, Jack?
I came from nowhere. Why? Why must there be more button mashing? Why do we have to withhold more torture? Why is it every time? Why is it in every game? This is the worst part.
Instead, my son.
Was this necessary? Yeah, I wasn't even pressing the right button apparently.
Right. Are you all right?
So that's helpful. I was mashing A and it needs Y.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond.
Ready to mash!
I admit that I underestimated you.
This is the worst. Why? Who thought that this is the best part of Metal Gear Solid? We must have this in the sequel. Twice!
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Is that not the right button? What the heck? What button am I pressing? I can look round. That's interesting.
Are you all right? Answer me.
Why didn't even seem to hold his breath either? Which is weird, because you're being strangled. I don't think you need to hold your breath.
GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead.
It better
my
be why.
son.
Okay, it is why, because the instant I let go, it just shot down, right? Well, I might as well let him die then. Now that we know. But why
Right. Are you
is this
all
so
right?
ridiculous?
Answer me.
Like, that just shoots down in an instant. How hard do you want me to mash
Are you awake
this?
yet,
And I
Jack?
can't call anyone on the
GW,
thing to get
the
help
Arsenal
either.
AI is corrupted beyond
Like,
repair. I admit that
Everything about this
underestimated
game is just stupid and shit at this point. What is this game design?
I'll squeeze
You
the
have to
answers
mash
out of you
this button
instead,
as hard
my
as possible
son.
to even beat the game. No, this is stupid and shit. Do you mind not doing this? I would rather not. Thank you. I would rather just be able to play the game and not. Thank you. Could you fuck off?
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him. I want
Don't
the
do it
answers
several
from.
times.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
It was to get Snake
What was your
and
objective then?
Raiden.
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one. While we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
Well,
But
everyone was
your
using
plans
everyone,
hit
weren't
a
they?
snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
It's all in Raiden's brain.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it.
Spider!
The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that.
Are we gonna have to fight the Metal Gear Spider?
What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous.
Is it the triple
I wouldn't
cross?
have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
He was in charge all along.
Scripted. A little exercise
Is
set up
it
by
a
us.
VR game?
Exercise.
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An
It's all part of a
orchestrated
program.
recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja.
All
The computer virus
recreations.
that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of FoxDie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated, even
Which means
before
that Emma was in on
execution,
that.
Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If
But
the
Stillman
boy had
was
allowed
dead,
the
though,
big
he
ship to be
says.
destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Well, we didn't kill him, though.
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're
That's
all
Snake
nothing
fighting
but
her.
pawns placed to create the perfect
And then it became
simulation.
Raiden.
Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell
His dad
stand
and
in
his
for the
son.
Foxhound
But
squad,
Solidus was
and
a
Snake took on
clone of
Shadow
him?
Moses. You're the most impressive.
He was a clone of
collection
Big Boss, right?
freaks outside of Foxhound.
Otherwise, why was he telling him, like, his dad and all
We've gone
that
to a lot of
before?
trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake.
Except he isn't, is he? He's,
I wonder
Liskin.
now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project?
Ocelot able actually to shoot her?
How could...
Because he was trying to miss.
You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Okay.
Do you know why no bullet could hit you?
Because we gave you a special...
Or some new age mumbo jumbo? certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
So it wasn't some sort of anti-magnetic
You were being
technology.
shielded
Oh,
by
it
the
was an
electromagnetic weapons
electromagnetic.
technology that the Patriots developed.
I was gonna say, you know, if it's all staged, then does that mean
Your
when we
dead
try to
cell
shoot
comrades
her,
loved
it's
your father
fake?
and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you
Wow.
to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No.
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
You missed.
Missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right.
Because it's all a VR simulation.
But your luck's run out.
That's why
This
she
is
can't
the
hit him.
Gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
But the railgun was charging like laser things. That's, surely the electromagnetic field wouldn't work on that and stop that going and hitting him. Plus it looked like it went through him. Okay. Even the rockets miss. God damn, why my eyes hurting? Let me guess, it doesn't matter because, like, the virus doesn't affect this one because he was behind it all along. Oh, it wasn't a spider, it was just a ray parked weirdly.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
But wasn't your point to create us? But then again, you said you had more than enough data to create infinite versions of them now. But maybe you don't need us anymore.
How's this then? Damn.
Psychic powers!
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take
Nah,
your
she believes.
reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Fireworks!
Everybody down!
See? Still missing her. Save them all. The last one's gonna hit her, right? The very last one.
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson. The daughter of a proud and noble soldier.
And now she's dead.
I can see my family again.
At least I got rid of all his missiles.
Damn. Try this instead.
The laser beam.
No!
Yeah, great typing.
No!
Oh, it's because Liquid Snake's taking over. It's not him typing. It's meant to be the hand taking over. Full moon. It's not being weird. Liquid doesn't want to kill us?
Brothers!
But just teleports on top? Okay. Sure, just teleports on top. That's,
I've been waiting for this!
yeah.
It can't be.
I'm guessing there's meant to be an animation of him climbing
I've
out.
been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
Funny, because you've woken up several times. What a reveal. What a surprising reveal.
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information
quadruple
about
cross.
your partner and got you out here. What? You're the only one that can free me. After all...
But this one we saw coming.
I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
But before I killed you, I had to brag and tell you my whole story.
Time to say goodbye!
Damn.
Is he just walking off?
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
He's not even gonna kill us. He's just gonna let the whole place sink. And go swimming.
Liquid! Stop this thing! Hey, Snake! You coming?
Oh, he was just waiting for him to get on because he wants to go swimming with him. Well, there he goes.
Snake!
This whole thing's still a VR simulation, though. Like, the glitches with it going, like, fission mailed and everything, you know, clearly still not reality. Fission mailed is also delivering a nuclear warhead. Okay, we just drive the whole Metal Gear to land. At least it fits under the bridge. This one looks a lot more like a manta ray. The anti-Metal Gear. Climactic music just to drive under a bridge, okay. Are we still on top? Did we go back inside? Why are we in handcuffs now? And are we just gonna fight him even though we were just on his side, sort of, against the other guy? Do we not have our differences behind us? Like, you were also trying to train us. Houses of law.
Federal Hall.
Federal Hall.
laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
Independence Day? 4th of October? Oh, April 30th.
That's right.
We finally discovered the
George Washington
importance.
took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today.
Patriots Day.
And it happened right here.
Is that
We were going
what
to
April
declare
30th
our
is?
independence.
Patriots
The
Day.
dawn of a new nation here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule. Liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
I'm not American, I don't know these things.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power.
Oh, so he sounds like the general, you know that?
What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever.
Well, the best before date is gone.
Grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation.
And as his son,
The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy.
but
We brothers are called
Rose was
enfants
saying
terribles.
she was pregnant.
Clones
L'enfant
of our father
terrible.
with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy? if
So
we
you are
cannot
a snake,
pass the
then?
torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort.
So they are literally snake clones.
When the
He
torch
is
is passed on
Big Boss
from
clone
parent
and
to
we are
child.
Liquid clone.
It extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become
One!
the Sons of Liberty!
Of course. He said the game title! Finally, at the end of the game.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
Okay,
How is that
Patriot
possible?
virus.
The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago.
Wales!
The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution.
Does it actually tie into Death
We are the
Stranding?
very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap. If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary
The
laws
Human
of the
Genome
human
Program,
race
yeah.
are open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are
Possible.
things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas,
Yeah, that's
culture,
not
history.
in DNA.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Though some genetic
Something that should not
memory
be passed on.
exists.
Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
Now the
But
internet.
not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. not unlike genes, really.
And the
That's
internet's
what
doing the
you say
same.
it
People are
is,
deleting
But
90%
in
of the
current
internet.
digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right? You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just
Yeah.
look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in
Andrew
order to humanly
Tate.
murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species.
True.
Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious.
Hello,
from the start
Born
that
Robin.
only
Hello,
you
hello.
can
How are you?
succeed.
How's your day going?
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result.
Freedom
All
of
methods
information.
to avoid conflict.
We're
and protect
right
each
at the
other
end
from
of the game
hurt.
now, so,
The
you know,
untested
spoilers if you are
truths,
interested in
spun by
those.
different interests, continue to
But I appreciate
churn
you coming
and
popping by.
accumulate in the
Hopefully you had a
sandbox
good
of
time. Did you
collective
have a good time
value
making your
systems.
chocolate
Everyone
cheesecake?
withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Nobody's
Not
right.
even
Nope.
natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this
All
is the
fake
way the
news.
world ends, not with a bang, but a whimper.
A
We're trying
whimper.
to stop that from happening.
It's our
By deleting the
responsibility
internet.
as rulers, just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely.
If they're an
Who wants to
AI,
wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations.
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
I mean, there is a
Or
lot of
something
nonsense on the
Snake told
internet.
you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
Free
That's
will!
not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call
But he's a
self
clone, so he's not
serves
even
as
himself,
nothing
is
more
he?
than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's
To make you
crap.
feel powerful.
Is it?
They do
Or
talk a lot in
someone
this,
else
yes.
tell you? All right, then. Explain it to him.
There's a lot of talking
You're
for
simply
definite.
The best.
You're
and you got
simply
there
the
all by
best.
yourself.
Except I controlled him, so he didn't get there at all.
What happened? Do you feel lost?
And he was terrible.
Why not try a bit of soul
He
searching?
was not the
Don't
best.
think you'll find anything, though.
Because he has no soul.
That
Because it's
although
all
self is something
an
that you
AI.
yourself
All a
fashion,
game.
Every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my
On the terrible
fault.
controls.
It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
I mean, we can
Done
decide
nothing
what's
but
true.
abuse your
But the truth being the
You
truth
don't
is
deserve to be
the real
free.
thing.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
That is
And
true.
The age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Especially in this day and
Building a
age.
legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
No, because he hit you.
Was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
Okay, so they decide what is
The
sane
S3
in
is a system for
society.
controlling human will and consciousness.
Game over. And losing over and over again.
S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake.
And losing your mind to
It
this
is
stupid
method,
game.
A protocol that created the circumstance that made you what you are.
I could have shot him in the foot.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
I was supposed to shoot him in the foot. Vision mailed.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's
I'm
crazy.
losing your mind
You
at the
heard what
nonsense of this game.
Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method.
God, they don't have talk. You're not
We
wrong.
used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
The original game.
We
Yeah,
chose
the original
that
game was
backdrop
much
because of
better.
its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof.
Yeah, the first game was much better. Go back to that setting, yep.
Right. There are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them?
Because he was the clone of Liquid
It was
Snake.
because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
Selfish.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me.
'Cause he was
The only time
selfish.
you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
So
Didn't
they
I
have
tell
control
you
over
that GW
everyone.
is still incomplete, but not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough.
Enough talk. Yeah, I
It's
think it
time for the
is.
final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really?
You won't do what
Aren't
you tell
forgetting
me.
something?
It's a game.
Die. My child dies.
The termination
Still being
of vital
manipulated.
signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe.
Lie! Lie was in
Violent
capitals!
death.
Solidus at least once you did.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, that was literally in capital letters lie.
Jack,
So I don't think he is real. Don't think any of this is
brothers and I are
real.
called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history.
One of a kind, even though they're
We
all
need to
clones.
decide which monstrosity will have the
Finally,
privilege of
exactly.
survival.
Except more talk.
By the way, Jack,
It's never over when you think it is.
your parents.
But he was the dad. So how is this? He's the one that killed our parents. He's his dad.
I claimed you for my own and
Oh, he's
raised
just
you
a
as a soldier in the
stepson.
army of the devil. I am your foster
So you thought
father
it was
and
so.
your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's
It's
creation.
they've been talking so long, my controller
We're
turned
repeating
off.
history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
Are you just gonna give me your thoughts? Thanks, I guess. Oh, but you have two. That's cheating.
I have other reasons.
And you
for
have
what did.
octopus arms.
The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
Genetic
The
memory.
information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex and throughout the
All
neural
that.
network they formed.
He stuffs
Brace yourself.
before we go to war. Brace myself. But yeah, how was your stream? Did you have a good time? How did the cheesecake turn out? Did it turn out good?
Right, take Solidus down.
Oh, he's not cursed anymore.
And your road.
He's not gonna tell me nonsense. He's been telling me weird nonsense for a while.
Right, you have to beat Solidus. This is your last.
But hopefully you had a good
We're
stream.
not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Still in the oven, ah ha ha.
Nothing but mere
Well, hopefully it
weapons.
turns out well.
From fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago.
I made them
was
talk more.
The amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces. to
Was this
refer
a
to Japanese
mistake?
warplanes during World War II.
Didn't think he was gonna talk so much. Raiden.
Named for one of its interceptors.
I see.
Not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese
Okay.
fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you
And
said.
it's a game.
The weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
No, I'm meant to be just fighting the bad guy, but, you know, I can't
Take
resist.
Solidus down. Think about Olga's child and your Rosemary. You must win.
Since when is she fully called Rosemary?
Right. Take Solidus.
Okay, that's just gonna be the same. I have to call everyone up and see what nonsense is hiding. I can't resist. Stillman's dead, but maybe he will say something. Otacon, maybe Otacon has something interesting.
You don't have a lot going for you with just your bare hands. You have your own blade. Use it.
But he has two, and that's
Watch
cheating.
out for Solidus' snake
Oh, they're snake arms. They're not octopus arms.
Or the buttons again and again.
Right, well, I'm gonna save, and then we're gonna fight the last fight. Maybe
Jack,
win.
are you okay? How's your murdering going?
Her eyes are very cursed. I'm sure it's fine. And hopefully we never have to listen to all that ever again.
Be strong. Whatever happens, don't